I'll be dreaming. I'll be dreaming. I'll be dreaming. I'll be dreaming.
I have an endo farming video in the past, but it's not really for all. It's mostly for solo players, and I know that most of you prefer going with a team, as that would be much faster, considering the amount of endo you need to max out all those new umbral and sacrificial mods. It's really a must for me to update my endo farming guide and help you out make the grind a bit easier and faster. So, welcome to my updated endo farming guide, and let's begin this video. So what is the fastest way to max out all those mods, you ask? The answer is pretty simple. You either farm for a legendary fusion core on sortie mission, or you can directly bought it on the market for some platinum. It's hassle free, and you don't need that tedious grind. However, not all of us have that luxurious amount of platinum yet. So, if you're like me who don't want to spend platinum, and would just like to work hard for it, then I'll tell you the fastest grind to acquire some endo for your mods. There's only one mission that you should do when you want ludicrous amount of endo fast, and that is the highest level arena on Sedna. With a proper team composition, you can get a max of 1000 plus endo within 2 or 3 minutes run. However, this amount of endo still depends on RNG, but there are probably ways to increase the chances of gaining more endo in this mission, and that is by using the right Warframe and Loadout. There are 2 Warframes that are perfect for this mission. One is a Lavanidas, and the other one is a Desecrate Necros. You can run this mission with 2 members while using these Warframes, but I strongly suggest that you go with 1 Nidus and 3 Necros, as that is much faster and far more easier. The mechanics here is pretty simple. Nidus will pull enemies with his Lava ability, and the 3 Necros will have their Desecrate on to gain more loot, or specifically, to have increased chance of dropping endo. But there are specific weapons that work really well with Desecrate, and in general, those are weapons that has high slash damage. These weapons can dismember bodies, and Desecrate does recognize dismembered parts as separate entities, which basically means that each dismembered parts can yield an additional loot. There's probably a bunch of slash weapons out there that you can use, ranging from melee, primaries or secondaries, but if you really want to increase your chances, then I suggest using Comb. This shotgun is not only good in dealing damage while enemies are grouped by Nidus lava, but it has this amazing feature that can dismember bodies in 3 to 4 parts. This really works well with Necro's Desecrate, and I honestly think that this is the best weapon right now to have when it comes to farming endo in the arena. Okay, now that you know the basic stuff you need for endo farming, let's proceed to the builds. For Nidus, it's basically lots of range to pull enemies even if they are far away, and of course, efficiency to spam your lava ability as much as needed. Now, you may find Hunter Adrenaline also helpful in this mission in terms of giving you energy, but energy is really not a problem at all with this build, as it's highly efficient. In fact, you really don't need flow or primed flow on this build, as the only thing you need to do is cast lava, kill enemies, and then cast it again. Zenuric's energizing dash is pretty sufficient, and some energy orbs in the mission. Hunter Adrenaline just serves as a backup plan in case you need more energy. When it comes to aura, I strongly suggest all of you using corrosive projection. No armor means your comb can shred enemies much faster. In short, it makes the mission much easier. While Necros is pretty straightforward, just give him his Despoil Augment, add efficiency so that the health per kill will be lesser, and couple of it with survivability mods. This is my usual setup for Necros right now when it comes to endo farming with a team in the arena, and you can either follow it or use it as a guide to make your own build according to your play style. There's really no secret to what Necros will do on this mission anyway. All you need to do is cast your Desecrate and just help the team kill those enemies that are grouped by Nidus lava. Now for the comb build. I'm really lucky to have a good Riven for this weapon, and in fact, this is my favorite weapon right now because of this Riven. It just make farming really easy for me and for my team. Now for those who doesn't have a Riven for the comb, you can use this mod setup instead. For this mission, we really need to have good amount of slash damage for this weapon, which is why I added sweeping serration on my builds. This mod just helps the comb a lot in proccing slash and helping out the team dismember bodies, which will turn out to extra loot. There are other good weapons when it comes to desecrating bodies. One is the Atarax with the maiming build. It's also a good option when you don't like using the comb and want some slide and cut them to pieces action. Another good weapon for cutting enemies to pieces is the Guillotine Prime. Just mod your guillotine with the usual critical, status plus slash hybrid build, and you will be cutting enemies in several pieces with ease. However, these weapons are not as good as this amazing shotgun. They can cut enemies to 2 or 3 parts, but the comb can do better. Just imagine 4 of you using the comb in this mission. Now that would probably be a lot better. So this is the mission, the builds and loadout I use in farming that ludicrous amount of Endo to max rank all those new umbral and sacrificial mods. Now, you may not yield the same Endo as you see on this video, as like I've said earlier, it's basically based on RNG. The builds and setup I've shown you here just helps in increasing your chances of getting more Endo. In our case, we don't usually get 560 Endo in average in this mission. There are a couple of runs that yields 1000 plus Endo, while there are also runs that gives us 380 Endo, but gaining 380 Endo per run is pretty rare with this setup, and we do only have 2 people who have comb on our loadout, me and our Nidus. The rest are using melee weapons to desecrate bodies, but still, we can gain 500 and even 1000 plus Endo per run. Another thing that I would like to clarify is that, it's really not necessary to have 3 Necros in the team. But the thing is, me and my team were having great Endo gain with the 3 Necros and 1 Nidus setup. I don't know if it helps really, but I really suggest that you try it out. I did try a bunch of team composition, like using just 1 Necros, and try having Pilfering Hydroid or even an Energy Vampire Trinity, but the thing is, the Endo were much lesser compared to having 3 Necros in the team. Pilfering Swarm is good, but it's kinda slower than Desecrate. Again, this is not proven yet and needs a lot of test, but I highly advise that you try it out for yourself. So that's it. Hope that you find this video informative. Before leaving, please do me a favor and hit that like button, and subscribe if you want to see more Warframe videos from this channel. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.